You guys are all having a great time. There's so many great galleries. And, we're all out and about and enjoying our lives a bit more. But art is such a big part of it, right? I'm very happy to be here. I've been visiting PDNB Gallery since when I was like 23 years old, 24 years old. I just turned 53, and I've been bringing they're my family. I'll be very transparent. I'm Bert and Missy, basically, they're my family. But I've never said, hey, can you look at my photos? Or hey, can I? Never. So for them to invite me, that's a big deal for me. Like, I don't take that lightly. But I don't take my work lightly. I don't take myself serious. But I don't take, but I'm pretty serious about what I do. My name is Julio Cedillo, and I was born in Mexico. I came to the States when I was about 5 years old. My English wasn't so great. But my mom would sit me in front of a little black and white TV, and I'd watch all these, old Hollywood movies. The Maltese Falcon, I remember that. Because James Mason was the guy that I thought spoke funny, but then I was mimicking him. And so that's how I started to also learn how to work on my own accent, because I spoke English with an accent. But I started to lose a bit, or hide my accent a little bit through movies. So movies are a big part of my life, and I had a teacher who would give me plays to read, and that was what I was an extrovert, but the language barrier, was keeping me at bay. But once I had these books, I realized there was this other world in books. So I became an actor, and I know I'm simplifying it, but that's what I do for a living. I've been an actor now for this is 34 years now. And I've been working on a lot of major things, but here's the issue when you get cast. My first big movie was with George C. Scott, and I got to play a lead role, but I was a migrant worker, right? So that's okay. What I'm trying to say is that my world is my culture. So I had a great responsibility to own up to my culture by not stereotyping myself, because the entertainment industry does it. Anyway, I'm flashing forward so I can get to this part. So I travel everywhere when it comes to work. When we go filming, I'm everywhere. And I've been spending a lot of time in Mexico. And I've done a lot of work here in the States too. On my off days, I take my camera and I hit the streets. And I hit the streets because it does several things for me. One, it connects me to the area where I'm filming, because I'm going to be living there for a while. So I get the lay of the land. I say hi, now everybody knows my name. It also calms me down. I'm more connected, right? And I can relax. And that relaxation allows me to be a better actor. But along the way, as I began my journey as an actor, I started realizing my photography, it wasn't that good. And I'm still working on it. But to me, I find everything now as being lyrical some way. So if I take a photo, I'm trying to find that moment. And sometimes I get it on my own without manipulating anything. And sometimes I'll say, hey, I love that shirt. Can I take the shirt? Take the shot, boom, take the shot. And then I go, do you mind? Can you just lie down in the seat? Sure. And now it's mine, right? Because now I just directed them. Why? Because I'm in the movie business. So I'm going to get this photo now. I was working on a TV series called Narcos Mexico. I did 2 seasons on that show. And my brother, who's a homicide detective, came to Mexico City. He's never been to Mexico City. So I was having a good time with my brother, because we were in tequilitas and, tacos and everything else, right? But I wasn't feeling like the photographer that day, because I was actually with my brother. I was hosting him. So we're like a few blocks from Plaza Garibaldi, which is where all these amazing musicians are there to be hired for events and so on. And about 2 blocks from Plaza Garibaldi, there's this vendor, this woman. She's inside this tent. And if anybody's been to Mexico City, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people walking by every day. And everybody's eating. This particular woman, and it was my brother, because I was not in photographer mode. We're walking, and he goes, look. And I go, oh, wow, she's asleep. And I'm thinking someone's gonna go, hey, ma'am, I need to, elotes, quitas, whatever. But no, people would stop. They would stand there and look at her along with me. And then they would move on. And then I was like, I've never seen, I've been in the city for 2 years, right? Going on 2 years. They're letting her sleep. And we're all like watching her. And a big city that is nonstop chaos, controlled chaos. At that moment, I'm like, what am I doing? I grab my camera. This is a gift. This is a gift. And I took the shot. Now, mind you, it's a color photograph because it's a digital image. I didn't think anything of it. I went about my business. I was there a whole other week filming. My brother left. And one weekend, I have time at the hotel to pull up all my images. And I pull it up, and I see it. It's in color. And I'm like, that's a really nice photo. And I'm like, and then once I convert it to black and white, boom, it all woke up for me in many ways, because it's not a perfect image, but it says so much about her. It says so much about who helped her. There was, by the way, there was nobody there when we were there. There might have been somebody, but they were nowhere to be found. This says so much about women. Women are at the heart of so many things, everywhere around the world. The fact that here she is, she's all set up, the corn, she's got the kernels, she's got corn boiling, she's got a lot going on, the windows, the light bulb, and the way she leans into her sleep, that resonated with me. So I don't like giving titles to any images because I feel like, okay, now maybe I'm guiding you towards something. But I decided, okay, this is going to be the one image I do give a title to. And it's called The Well-Deserved Dream. Because it's like, what's the dream? Is this the dream? Or is the dream in here, right? I don't know. So that's what happened with this image. And so it's really a gift. I mean, it happened on its own. And there are moments, and because I'm in the film business, a lot of when I do movies, my real world and my set life is so similar. So when I photograph on set, or just when I go visit family or I'm in Mexico, I look at the images and I go, you can't tell if I'm on the set or not. And it's sort of a discovery that I've kind of made, but also it's just sort of a sixth sense. I kind of go back into my head and try to frame up. But again, I feel like it's my culture. It's also my set life. I've been an actor going on, next year will be 35 years. So, when I photograph somebody, I want to feel like they're in a movie. Because that's how I see it. I'm a little wacky that way. But anyway, that's it. That's the story of this photograph. But I have a million stories, but not for today. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'm more than happy to talk. I got a slideshow over there that's showing a lot of things that I have there. I'll have actors that I photograph. I'll be on set. Sometimes I'm not on set. So what I've done with this slideshow is I've mixed in photos from set and photos from my life. So you don't know what's what, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point, right? Yeah. All right.
So the self portraits. I saw some of the self portraits.
Yeah. So when I start,
who's taking those?
A timer and a camera.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because selfies have their place, but it's lost to me. The art of self-portrait. Put down your camera. Set it somewhere and be in your space. Photograph yourself in your environment. Truly, that's the most special kind of photograph. Self-portraits, I have photographs of myself when I was very young because, first of all, my parents didn't have camera. We had Polaroids, and now all the Polaroids look green and purple and magenta, and we didn't own a camera. So I think that also made me a maniac with the cameras. I own so many freaking cameras. And I also use strobes. I use flash. I am absorbing all of it. But I took the photos of myself because I didn't have photos of myself as a little boy. I maybe have two. One is a baby, and one holding one of my brother's hands. It breaks my heart. But that's what made me photograph my own kids. When you photograph somebody, I always feel like honor them. We have. I look at people's phones, there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of photographs on your phone, and it's like, what a shame, because now it's like hoarding. You're hoarding, you have no idea what you have. But you should go back in there and, I would say, erase 90% of it. 90% of it. Cull all your photos. So that's the way I look at photography. By the way, I'm doing the same thing. I'm no different because I'm on the other end. Since I didn't have photos as a kid, I take photos of everything. But I wanted to take self-portraits so I could see who I was, what I wanted. But I was also, it's also the kid who's the actor, you know? And look, here we have portraits that I've taken on set. There's Tommy Lee Jones, but these are people who trusted me because they knew that I would honor them, you know? And I collaborate with the actors, you know? But that's, again, my movie life, my Mexican life, my American life. And it's about, let's really pay attention to light, let's pay attention to how we frame them. How do you break the frame apart? But that's all the stuff I was learning on set. So it kind of comes, not everything's great, but yeah, that's my real story. Spelled R-E-E-L. My real story. Real. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? All right, awesome. Well, thanks. Enjoy the gallery.
Thank you.